Okay, let's go over some reasons why you might need to consider divorce. One of the big ones that we do unfortunately see quite frequently, are you in an abusive relationship? That can be physical, that can be mental. Typically, we find that mental is more taxing. What is that doing for your mental health? What does that look like in your day-to-day life? How is it affecting your children? Is there a lot of yelling in the household? Is the fighting starting to get uncontrolled? Is it happening in front of the children? These can be huge factors you need to look at. Some other big determining factors can be lack of trust, or maybe the trust has been broken and you don't see a path back. There can also be a breakdown in communication. Either it's the constant fighting, or maybe you're just not communicating at all. These can all be very harsh factors in how you determine what sort of life that you want, and if the life that you're currently living just isn't worth it anymore. Reasons to not get divorced, or at least not right away. You need to look at many different factors. Have you guys tried counseling? Have you tried to work through communication issues? Have you tried individual therapy? The word divorce should never be thrown around just as a threat or a power move. Divorce is hard, and divorce has lots of lasting consequences that will determine the path for the rest of your life. What are some alternatives to divorce? If you're just not ready to go through the divorce process, maybe for religious reasons, or you're just not quite there, there's also the path of legal separation. If you do go down that path, however, you do have to wait at least 6 months in the state of Washington before you turn that legal separation into a divorce. What do you need to know before moving forward with the divorce? You need to know your financials. You need to know, what is that going to look like moving forward? Because everything will change. Where are you going to live? Who's going to pay for what? That entire financial picture, especially if you're used to dual incomes or you depend on that other partner for finances. You also need to determine your parenting plan. Who will the kids reside with and when? What will that look like? Where will they live? School districts, everything of that nature as well. And you have to think as you go through this process. Divorce is part legal, part logistics, and a lot emotional. So you really need to think of all those key factors as you're going through this process. If you're thinking about getting a divorce, or you have any of these situations occurring, give us a call at Johnson Law Firm. We help families fight for a fresh start.